The winter time and the spring are all times that people end up with sinus pressure and sinus problems. So today I wanted to give you a little bit of information about what we can do about it, what might be causing it, and so on, and a few hints that you can even do at home. Hi everybody, I'm Dr. Lisa Gordon. I'm here at the Natural Health Improvement Center where I have the honor of treating wonderful patients, and today we're going to be talking about sinusitis. So what is sinusitis? Itis, the word itis, means inflammation of. So inflammation of the sinuses. So how many things can cause that? Well, of course, allergies can cause that. Sinus infections can cause that, and it can happen with headaches. Sometimes there are sinus headaches. There are lots of different things that can cause inflammation in the sinuses. These are the symptoms, and what can cause it, I'm going to make a triangle here. We can have fungus, we can have pollens, we can have foods, we can have stress even. Stress. All of these things can cause the sinuses to inflame or the sinuses to feel like they're inflamed. Can cause even tooth pain. And so people think, well, I have tooth pain, how could it be my sinuses? Well, the nerves are related to each other. So the nerves that are in the teeth get affected by the pressure above them in the sinuses. So that's why the teeth can hurt sometimes. Maybe you've experienced that, or maybe you know someone who's experienced that. So also, nutritional deficiencies can cause our bodies just to not function very well, and any symptom can occur. And organ dysfunction. So we can have organ dysfunction as a result of any of these things, or organ dysfunction, organ being the sinuses themselves, it can be the adrenal glands, it can be the liver. The liver is very common with allergies, it shows up, and it can also be structural. When sinusitis is caused by a structural fault in the body, it could be either in the spine, at the top of the spine here, and those nerves go up into the sinuses. It could also be a skull misalignment. The skull actually does move, even though we're taught that it doesn't. It moves ever so slightly along these sutures. And I've taken the top off of my model skull so that you can see where the sinuses are in the skull. And if you look at this yellow piece, that's called the sphenoid bone. And in the sphenoid bone, we have the sinuses. We also have the pituitary gland, and we've got the cranial nerves come out. It's a very, very important bone in the body. And regarding this topic, sinusitis, if this bone is out of alignment, you can imagine that there's a certain amount of pressure in the structures surrounding it, including the sinuses. So sometimes people will find that there's nothing really wrong inside the sinuses, but rather that it's a skull issue, and a chiropractor who does cranial work is the perfect person to help handle that. So you can see that this purple piece is called the occiput, is the same as right here. So let me go ahead and show you what happens when the top vertebra goes out of alignment, which can happen with a whiplash, it can happen with a sports injury, it can happen with any number of things. It can happen with birth trauma. Some people are actually injured during their own process of birth. So let's watch this bone here, the occiput, when this goes out of alignment. So if this moves, then what's going to happen to the rest of the skull? It's going to have to adapt, and this bone that actually is in conjunction with this bone in the front can affect the sinuses. So this is the structural piece, and a lot of people just need chiropractic and or cranial work to help with their sinusitis, and some people need to help with their nutrition, so we do nutrition response testing, and some people need to have the advanced allergy therapeutics because there might be an allergy component to the sinuses. All of those things are available in a natural way, and it's not necessary just to suppress the symptoms and use medication or surgery to handle things that actually the body can heal itself holistically. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it's been helpful to you in learning more about sinusitis. If you have any suggestions or would like to make a comment below, I'll be happy to engage in a conversation with you.